Well, as in like, yeah, I need to letargal arbe. Yeah. But like, folks, thank you so much. Toda rabba. This is great. Is it just like for fun? Like, are you doing it to relax or?
Yeah, to relax.
Okay, that's awesome.
Just to relax.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Like a rayon tov.
With this view.
Yes.
And this, you don't need more.
Yeah, it's mushlam. Yeah, like.
You want me to put up my glasses out?
Sorry, I think they look cool.
Okay.
Right? So like, yeah. You should find good say. All right, so sir, first off, can you just tell me like what's a happy life as an Israeli? What is a happy life to you?
Okay, as an Israeli, I think for me a happy life that's to be with my family, to see my grandchildren, and to swim in the sea.
Swim in the sea. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay,
Yes.
very good. Yes.
That's what
Haifa has a lovely beach.
very, very nice place. Yes,
Yes,
I love Haifa, and to speak with friends, and to have a quiet life.
To have a quiet life, yes. But I think that's a lot of Haifa. Life look like.
I think that happy life for me is to be surrounded by my family, friend, to be in peaceful, to go to the beach, to eat a good Israeli food, and to be happy. It's
Okay.
what I think is a good life.
Okay, awesome. And Miss, just a deeper question, and you can figure out what is the meaning of life?
Meaning of life is to be good people, it's to give away, it's to forgive, is to get other people, is to get us, and to be able to understand that the conflict is a conflict for all of us, and there is not a good and a bad, it's just a bad conflict, and I wish that one day we'll be able to solve it.
The meaning of life in 2 minutes. Go for it.
Meaning
What is
of
the
life.
meaning of life
Oh,
in
wow.
2 minutes?
Meaning of life is I don't know if there's meaning. I think that life is something that you give meaning to, right? You have to create meaning. You have to build, as I said, do good to others, build good, right? Be that positive influence. Be the one when things are down that they can look to, and be the source of happiness. We call simcha in Hebrew, of happiness, of joy. Right? Be the rock that others can lean on. Right? You're giving meaning to life. Be there for an orphan child, for more than that, for your own child. Be there for your own spouse and your own children first, for your own community, right? And then reach out to others and maximize your potential. And by doing that, you're giving meaning to life. A person who sits on the computer all day and plays video games, or he might have a happy life. He might be happy in his moment, but is the meaning?
Oh, there's art in the video game, my man. I play video games. Yes, you're so wrong.
There's happiness.
Well, there's meaning in it.
Meaning.
Of course, because you're celebrating art. You're celebrating the creative process.
Ah.
You have, look at it that way, right? I mean, that's how I would argue that point. I would argue. Okay. All right, my man, your turn. Right, here we go.
Well, the
You've
meaning
got
of-
less than 2 minutes.
I know the meaning of life. For me, I take it from a different point of view,
Okay.
from a religious point of view.
Okay.
Like you keep on saying the head or whatever. I'll take it from that point of view. For me, the meaning of life is probably following whatever rules, whatever set of instructions, whatever set of principles, whatever you call it. Like if I follow that, for me, gives me a purpose, gives me meaning to my life. Whatever he answered you is based on what the Torah says. So we go back to the same point.
Just making people happy, saying good morning to the bus driver.
Actually, I quite enjoy that. Like just getting off the bus tonight and just saying Toda is. Yeah, it's great.
It makes me happy seeing them happy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah. I've seen it in Haifa as well. Like people actually helping old people onto the bus. That is astonishing. Yeah, it is very cute, and I like that you have the elderly people signs on the bus.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Okay. So, so for yourself, man, right? What's a happy life?
Probably whatever he said,
Okay.
and a bit more. Like it's relative of what am I looking for in life? When I wake up every day, what am I looking for?
Okay.
Maybe you're asking me from an Irish point of view now. What is a happy life?
The happy life is 4 or 5 galaxies with chocolate bars a day, right? You don't know what they are.
Yeah, but what do you call it?
You're missing out.
You got me at
Yeah.
chocolate.
There you go. Yes, my man. Okay. So,
But is that really happiness or is something else? Or it's gratification? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, what gets you up in the morning? What makes you happy? Right?
But for me to get up and see my kids,
Okay.
when I
great.
wake up and see my children, it makes me happy. When I see my wife, it makes me happy. When I come out of the house and I see my neighbors, everybody smiling. I smile all the time.
Okay.
For me, that's
And it's not
everyone-
related to the hats.
no,
No.
no.
They don't
No.
You sure?
No.
Yeah.
Especially on a hot
No,
day
no.
like this.
No, no.
Not
Man,
happening.
guys, by the
No.
way, you're doing so well. I mean, keeping the suits. By Jesus, like, you know, I'm sure you wouldn't do it to the dog.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, folks, right. So, lads, next one. So great.
Haifa?
Yeah, what's so great about Haifa?
Oh, wow.
I mean, what could possibly convince an Irish person to go here? Okay,
It's not
that was my
windy.
attempt at satire.
It's not windy.
Yeah,
Like in Ireland.
yeah. I mean, like,
Just,
I know, right?
Yeah, like look at the sun.
I mean, yeah, it's a good view. Yeah. I love skiing. All right, okay. Last question, guys. Last question. Sorry, you actually didn't answer. Sorry, yeah. Why should they go to Haifa?
I think the Irish should go wherever the Irish want to go.
Yeah.
If they want to come to Israel, we'll always show them a good
Yeah.
time.
No, I should have a good
For
time.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, to me, Haifa is small compared to Tel Aviv.
Yes, I would agree. Would agree on that. Yes, I got lost in Tel Aviv actually.
Yes, many times.
Well, I got lost in Haifa so many times.
That too.
Really?
In Haria, I don't get lost. In Haria, I don't get
Okay.
lost because I like, okay,
But like,
very small.
like Curtsy Noot is
But
like
in
it's like.
Haifa, it's like
Yeah,
your
Okay.
a continent.
it's
for
a
me.
continent.
You
Yes.
can find a little bit of everything, and it's kind of like the meaning of Israel. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Haifa is practically a mini cosmos of Israel.
Yes,
And
that was it. Much better.
yeah.
Yes. Very poetic, the man. Shira. Right. Yes. Hey.
Especially in Israel is multicultural, but Haifa specifically is like every other store is like either Muslim or Jewish or Christian or
Okay,
Bahá'í or you can say like even today we went to Akko, right, which is a
Yeah,
city right next to Haifa.
Literally, you can see it right there.
Okay.
And I went to the old city, but it was mostly, honestly, I went to the old city and it was mostly Arab and a lot of Arabic culture. And we heard the call to prayer. And honestly, like also my family is from Jerusalem, and
Yes.
we have the four quarters in the old city of Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and what's the other one? I don't know. There's also like Druzi, there's Armenian, and then there's the Ethiopian Jews and Ethiopian Christians. And
Yes, I was shocked by the
it's
Ethiopian Jews.
very-
Actually, I was just like,
yeah.
God, that's fantastic. It's-
there's so many different like religions and cultures here, which
yeah,
I think
and
is really
cultures. Yeah,
interesting.
like I was quite shocked.
I
So-
love
and
that about
especially
yeah, it's very
as
good. Yes.
Israel being a country in the Middle East, and most countries in the Middle East are not as inclusive, but here we have all the cultures and all the religions, which you
also-
don't see in
There's
other
also
countries.
the like there's it's Pride Month, so we also have the
Oh,
Pride
yeah.
Parade on
Was that the flags
Friday.
I was seeing
Yeah,
coming on the
yeah,
street, or were they
It's
Druze
this
flags?
is the main. This is the main. They're so similar.
Aren't
they're
they
so
similar, man? Yeah,
Which
I
is
was like,
funny,
what's
but they're
going on?
so similar.
Okay, so that's what I was
And
looking at, like all the flags
So
on the street.
So it's
Okay, very
the
good.
Pride flags. So you get ready for
The
the
festival.
festival on Friday. This
Awesome,
Friday.
awesome. Okay, very
They
good.
also have one in Tel
Yes.
Aviv, right?
Yeah, they have one in each
Isn't it the
city,
biggest?
and it's that on Tel Aviv is the
one is-
biggest. It was like a few days ago.
Yes.
Oh, really? I thought
Yeah.
it was on Friday.
I think it happened already. And yeah, it's just very diverse. There's also like my school, we also do multiple programs with like Arabs from different schools in Haifa. So I just finished one program in my school.
Mhm.
And I met two like really good friends of mine that are in a different school. They're younger than me, like they're 1 year younger than me.
Okay.
And we just we got the chance to like talk and everything. And
So you do in Haifa, you try to do exchange programs with the Arab schools. So like
Sometimes, yeah.
for people in Ireland, so like there are a difference in schools. So there's like a school, like a Jewish school, let's say, and an Arab school, or are there mixed schools? Sometimes or
there
not at all.
is a mixed school called Yad Bayad, which is
Okay.
a school that is like specifically for Jews and Arabs to like be together in the same school.
Awesome. okay,
But
very good, very
there are
good.
a lot of schools that are just like Jewish schools or Arab schools, but you obviously can like join. My school is a Jewish school, but we also have Arabs and stuff. So
Okay,
it's-
kids. So let me just ask you this, right? This will be a tough question. So do you have friends to answer, right? Do you have friends that are Arab?
Yeah.
good grief! That cannot be. That
That's
must be,
shocking.
that's impossible in Israel.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and that's because of the exchange program. So you got to.
Yeah, and
That's
also
great
it's
that
just
you do that.
there's
Okay.
like the exchange program that is specifically for us to like connect with Arabs that we probably don't get a chance to see
Yes,
a lot.
otherwise, of course, of course.
And there's
Move
also
on.
just programs that don't like necessarily, it's not like their goal necessarily, but they just include both Jewish people and Arab people, usually Druze, and we just like talk to them in the program.
Okay. So like, but there would be a distinction. So there's like Christian Arabs, there's the Druze Arabs,
And there's
and
Muslim.
Muslim Arabs. So is there like, even like, would Muslim Arabs, do they interact with like? Do you have friends that are Muslim Arab? Let's say.
Yeah, I have two friends that are Muslim Arabs.
Muslim Arab. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, awesome.
Trip, and honestly, Israel is an amazing country. There's so much to do. It's so fun. Like if you like to club, there's club. If you want to go hiking, there's hike. If you want to go to the beach, you can go to the beach. If you want to go out to dinner,
It's also
anything.
like an
There's so
experience.
many
the question
fun
from
things.
the Irish would be: it's not safe. You're at war.
So-
Is it safe in Haifa?
I mean, it's really sorry. It really, I think, depends on like your views, but I feel very safe.
Okay.
No, sometimes it's not. We are at war. There are a lot of alarms right now. There's not as much.
Yes,
but
I get woken up on occasion from the Houthis. It's a very nice alarm bell.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes people forget that it's still like there's everything that's going on in Gaza, but it's not all that. Like there's
Indeed.
a lot of war going on in Israel too. A lot of
the north
rockets
is
being fired.
Exactly. Yes, but yes.
And so yeah, but the one thing that I also want to say about Haifa is that I think that it's important to visit Israel because you can't even like it's such an experience to just come and see the whole atmosphere, the whole vibe, because I feel like you don't really understand what you're talking about unless you've been here. Like it's just you can say if you agree with that or not because I don't like
But
I've
again,
lived
like,
here my
that's
own
up to the
life.
audience.
But
I think that's great.
And people think, oh, they are not better as they are worse. And that's the problem of anti-Semitism, and it's very sad. It's very, very sad for me. But I think that the people don't want to be objective. They just want to be in their feeling, and that's a very dangerous process.
It is indeed, sir. But videos like this will change their minds, hopefully. We'll provide more context and more information, and they'll see that...
we have enough information. When you say we have enough, when you say in Gaza there's genocide, okay, how much people there, how much people were dying, okay, that's percent, okay, and that we don't have to, we can say it's too much, we can say a lot of things, but when we see the facts, and the facts we can have it, and you see that it's not worse than in Syria or in Sudan, and why people don't look there.
It's a good question, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say to the Irish that they are more than welcome to come to see how beautiful and peaceful Israel is, and how nice people, and it's safe although it's a war. There is areas that it's not safe, but all over Israel it's safe. And you're more than welcome.
Awesome. Okay. That's it, Miss. Thank you so much for
You're
taking my
welcome.
question. What would you say to the Irish if you could? Like, do you think Israelis are, monsters? Like, you don't seem too evil to me. You seem like people, like good kids,
I can say that I have met an Irishman who was volunteering here in the north a few years back.
Excellent.
And when the war started, he moved here temporarily.
Yes.
And I met him. He doesn't know Hebrew.
Yep.
So we talked for like an hour in the sun. He was working at the farm, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking for an hour about how great this country is and how he loves to be here.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
And I don't have a lot of knowledge about the Irish people.
Which is great.
But from what he gave me, I don't know, I liked him.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's good that you like the Irish. But was it like, so if I was trying to talk to the Irish and say that you're your people, right? you're saying, well, I could relate to him. I found him a nice guy. I would like to think that they would find the same with you, right? And yourself, what would you say? Like, what would you say to the Irish if you could?
I think the best card that we have as Israelis is to invite them here, to invite them to see what is the meaning of living in Israel, what is like meaning, what is the meaning of meeting Israelis, talking to them,
Yes.
even like for 5 minutes or like an hour, like she said, because it's like Mesakem, summarizes the beauty of our country, the beauty of our people, just to be here, I think.
Yeah, so come visit.
Come visit.
Yeah, I think you'll find commonality pretty quickly.
And even if their opinions are different than most of the Israelis,
That's okay.
let them come. It's okay.
Yes, very good. Very good. There's a tolerance there.
I'm not saying that anti-Shemiut it's okay. Just like
Yeah, anti-Semitic is not okay. Indeed not. Indeed not. Yeah. You like the Irish?
hate anything. We love all people.
Good. Yeah, okay. That's
We
perfect.
want just peace.
Peace. Peace. Iraq peace. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are allowed to.
So, kulam. Yeah.
Everybody, כולם, בוא נגיד
די
את זה.
למלחמה. די. זהו, נמאס, כל לריב.
speaking. אנחנו אוהבים את כולם, מקבלים את כולם, העיקר להיות ביחד, מאוחדים. זה הכי חשוב.
רגע, אנחנו נהיה סלביות עכשיו? We are be celeb if we are take a picture?
אני לא יודע. People in our community, but I feel as though that they have been made feel unsafe. Have you
By
heard
whom?
this? I mean,
Who's making them feel unsafe? The Irish or?
I believe the Irish media and politicians more so. I think a lot of Irish people are grand folks, you know, they're just easy going like you and I.
Yeah,
And they don't like
listen to your accent. It's beautiful.
Yeah, man, isn't it great? Yours is okay. So you just need to look. Put a little try. But yeah, bro, yeah. So look, I mean, what would you say to the Irish if you could, right? As in, if you were to say anything of Israel to the Irish, right? What would you say to the Irish? Because right now we think you are extreme and fascist, or more so our government and our media, right? What could you say to change their minds, right? Like, what would you say?
I don't really like to say anything to change the minds. I think that I travel around the world. I go to countries all over.
Yeah.
I spend in communities. I have speaking engagements. I do whatever I can to help every person under the sun that I can. I think those that hate us, they don't need a reason.
Yeah,
They
you
always
don't need the reason.
come up with something, right? Either we're too rich or we're too poor. We're too religious. We're not religious enough. We're integrating or we're not integrating, right? They don't want us in their country, so we move to Israel and they say, get off you on somebody else's
Yeah,
land.
go back to your land.
Go back to your land. So
What
where's
are
the
you
land?
talking about?
We've heard it our whole lives for thousands of years. So there is no answer. Those that want to love us, we got open arms. Those that want to hate us, it's okay.
So you're saying as well, like, it's a good point that, well, let's say like the state of Israel was, as okay, a few Irish believe it's colonized land, right? Where else would you go? Yeah, I mean, it's a good question.
We've been kicked out of everywhere else.
Right? Yeah.
You ask any Jew their genealogy, and I'll guarantee they will list at least 7 countries or more
They've lived in them.
that they've been kicked out of.
Yeah.
Oh, we were originally. You're Irish, right?
Yeah.
How many generations were you in Ireland?
Oh, sure, Jesus is in. Let me go back here now. You're right. Yeah, I'd say countless, my man. You know. However, I got like a bit of Normandy in me. You know, I got a bit of.
So besides for Israel, where you'll meet somebody who's 8th or 9th generation Yerushalmi, that the family was from Jerusalem. I've never met a Jew outside of Israel that was in the same country for more than a few generations. Every person who asks, well, we started in Russia till we got kicked out to Ukraine. The Ukrainians tried to murder us until the Germans came in. We got taken out to the Holocaust, and then we ended up in Amsterdam. From Amsterdam, we went to the United States till we got back. Everybody, ethnicity from all over the world. We've been kicked out of everywhere. So where else are we going to go?
Okay, fair point. Okay. So the Irish, I think, have a misconception about what Israel is like and what Israelis are like. Like, you seem like normal kids to me. You know. What would you say to the Irish if you could, like as an Israeli? Like, what would you say?
I think that to me, all the situation that started on October 7th really surprised me. How much people can be passionate about something that they don't know enough about. Like for me, if you know, I don't care what your political views are. Obviously, this situation is very complicated. Like there's no right, there's no wrong. But for me, as long as you are certain that you know your facts and that you are educated and actually see things from other perspectives and not just your own, and see if you have your opinion, if you have a strong opinion against Israel, I would advise to also read Israeli newspapers, because also there are a lot of things that could be not like the best news about Israel in Israeli newsletters, because obviously we don't just present the good stuff, because there's not only good stuff, but just to get out of your own bubble and just see and search things that are out of your own perspective, because a lot of the things that you can see have like an agenda on them, so it's important to like look around.
Yeah, I'd say like that was
really like
excellent.
that.
Yeah, you're trying to say it's important to read widely and to be objective and to check your assumptions, which I'm gullible to not do sometimes. So that's very good.
It's hard. Hard
Obviously,
it can be, man, especially when you get emotionally invested. Sure as shooting.
Obviously, I don't live in Israel.
Oh, of course.
Obviously, I don't live in Israel, but I'm very involved at my school and in my hometown, and I think I get very passionate as well. And it's easy, and people have tendencies to get really political and heated. And I think it's what she said. You really need to fact check, and that's a big thing. Is people are influenced by social media and their cultures, and they're taught to hate things or like things. But a big thing is to really fact check and understand what's going on, but also see it from every side and have empathy towards everybody.
Like everyone gets it because everyone lives here, but I feel like even when I was in Houston, like in my exchange program, when I was staying at Elle's house, so because Jewish people are a minority anywhere else but here,
that's right.
It's more scary because.
Can I ask you actually? Would you be afraid to say you were Jewish in another country? Like, let's say if you went to Ireland, would you be afraid to say?
Yes. Even in Houston.
Even in Houston, you'd be afraid to say you're Jewish, girl. Are you serious? Like, that's a very good point. So, like,
even here
US,
sometimes.
Well, I would say like Israel and then the US are the safest spots. But like, is the US? Do you think it's kind of it's getting dangerous?
Everyone is so violent.
Politically passionate, and most people don't even know what they're talking about, and you can see that on the college campuses. Like
there are people who spend their entire life, like who have spent over a year and a half going to protests, speaking for Gaza, don't even know how to point out Gaza on the map.
Yeah, yes,
don't even know which river and which sea they're talking about. Don't even know. People tell them that Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East. They're like, yeah, right. Like,
yes,
guys,
I think
open your phone, like check. You can check.
Like,
you have Google. It's fine.
Are any of your neighbors democratic? I don't think so.
What?
Like any of the neighboring countries? I don't think.
No.
Right. Are there the same rights for women? No, absolutely not.
Women,
that
gays,
is very strange. Right.
It's the only country in the Middle East with Pride Month. Pride.
I think that it's very strange here, but most of the people don't hate the Palestinians or the Arabic people. They don't hate them, but it's very difficult not to hate somebody that makes war with you.
Yes, yeah.
It's very difficult, and
like you don't want war, right? Israel does not.
No, we want to have children. We want to have a nice life. We want to have good neighbors, and we want to go with our cars to Ireland. You just have to build a
bridge. I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. So I'll just add that I served in the aerial defense system.
Oh, very
I
interesting.
had my own weapon.
This Iron Dome kind of thing?
Another one.
Another one. Well, you seem to need several, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
we need a lot.
Oh.
I had my own weapon, and I remember I thought, what the hell am I supposed to do with this thing?
Ah, very interesting.
If someone comes up to me and I need to shoot him somehow because I need to defend myself, how will I be able to do that?
Well,
mentally, how will I be able to shoot someone?
But as in, is there not a protocol in place for members of the IDF?
Yes, there is a protocol, like you shoot a leg.
Okay, so if the person is approaching is there steps you take
Yes.
before you can shoot?
Yes. Before you can shoot, there's
Can you
like
tell me those?
5
I'm curious.
steps.
5 steps. Okay.
You shout them to stop.
You have to shout them to stop.
Yes.
In both languages. 3 languages.
If
Okay.
you know 3.
Okay. If you know, well, is it like
no. Right, 3. In
3.
Hebrew, English, Arabic.
Okay. Okay. So this is a rule
Yes.
that if you have an arm, you must.
And you have to identify yourself. Like, I am a police officer. I am a soldier.
Yes.
And then you ask them to identify themselves.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Okay.
And if they are not stopping, you're supposed to shoot in the air as a
I see.
warning.
I see. Okay.
In the air.
Like shoot up.
You shoot up, of course. Yes. Not just the individual.
Yeah.
Just to the pigeon. Yes. Okay.
And if they're still not stopping, you need to shoot not in the central mass,
Towards the feet.
towards the feet.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So it hurts enough to not walk anymore, but it's not.
You are not trying to kill the individual. You're
Yes.
trying to disarm.
It's a very simple injury to treat.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And if it's still not stopping,
Of course. Then they are
so
out
you
for
shoot
murder.
to protect.
Center mass.
You shoot to protect. Yeah. Self-defense. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very good, folks. So going through this, you were given a gun and you were thinking, okay, what if it comes to that? What if we've passed all
Yeah.
the steps and you're placed in a situation where you have to shoot?
Yeah.
Would you have done it? I mean, it's
No.
I don't know if
To
I
my
could,
luck, I have not.
Really, yes,
But
yes.
every day that I went on the post to guard,
It was a concern.
it was a concern.
Yeah,
Each time, what if I have to hurt someone?
indeed. Yeah, that sucks. Suppose on that, so like, you know, Ireland we're very Nazri, we're very Christian, so war is bad no matter what. Now I would be an exception to that because any is it Chiloni? Secular, yeah. Like I've interviewed a load of people and they have like all sorts of views about the war. Some are pro, some are against. But I think like all Israelis would agree that they don't want to be at war. You would agree with that? I don't think you would. Do you want war with your neighbors, or would you rather live in peace with your neighbors?
Peace, obviously.
Obviously.
Obviously. Well, to an Irish person, why is that obvious?
When
Why obviously?
I was 6, there was a big war in the north where I live, and I had to evacuate from my home. I lived for 2 months in a kibbutz near Tel Aviv. So stressful, such a horrible experience for a 6-year-old girl to go through. And I don't think that is someone we want for our kids, and there is a situation that we want to live in. But when the war started, I was at my home in Aria, and we were so afraid that Hezbollah would start to attack too.
Yes.
And I remember I was with my sister, my brother was with his wife family, and we were like, okay, if something happened, what do we do? Because in the last war, in 2006, we evacuated. So it was like a huge dilemma with my parents and my sister. What do we need to do? And eventually we evacuated to Haifa, to my apartment. And it's such a small apartment, and we've been there like for 2 months since the war started.
Really? Mamash. Good grief. Good grief.
Me, my partner, my mom, my dad, my sister, her husband. She was pregnant, her child, and my brother was in the army, and his wife. We were in a 3-room apartment.
Yeah.
So we had like a floating, like a mattress that you.
Oh, that you pump.
Yeah.
Wow, you know that word. That's incredible. That's like, well done. I mean, again, the lexicon that you have is great. Yeah. Okay.
I say it's a very hard experience
Sure,
to,
shooting.
to
Sure,
move from
shooting.
your house.
Uh-huh.
And but also it gives you like a perspective of the meaning of life, because war is a horrible thing. You don't want to get through it, but when it happens not by our choice or our actions, נהיה עדינה, אבל I think that it gives you a very big perspective about life.
Sure, shooting. Sure, shooting. The question I ask is, a person who is Christian can go to the Vatican, can go to Jerusalem, but they cannot, if they're not Muslim, go to Mecca. Do you think that's fair, or do you think that that view should be respected? Again, this is a philosophical question. Should a person be free to go where they want, or should we respect the religion, even if it's potentially? You could argue it's like all religions are very old, so some, maybe the Muslim religion needs an update, right? There are things that, why not go to Mecca? Mecca is very beautiful. But what is so wrong if a person was of a particular background? Again, this is more of a philosophical question. Right? Do you agree that people should be allowed to go to Mecca? Or would you say that no, we have to respect somebody's beliefs no matter what? You cannot go to this place because a prophet said it, a particular individual. I'd like to know your thoughts on this in closing, your closing thoughts.
I think that all the religions should be respectful and respected, but I think it's a very hard question, because I'm Jewish, but I don't have the need or the
Desire?
desire to go to Mecca. I just don't want.
Okay, that's the way around the question. Yes. Okay.
And I do. Okay, when I okay, no, אני לא אגיד את זה.
Yeah, no. I appreciate it. A lot of people find this one tricky. It is deliberately tricky.
It is a tricky one.
It is, yes.
Curiosity would get me.
Very good. Oh my gosh, yes.
But I think, yes, there is some point that you need to accept someone's boundaries, but the other side also has to respect you.
Sure, yeah. What is your opinion on that, gentlemen? Do you think we should respect all beliefs? Or that, I have the same right as everyone, as in I can go anywhere I please?
But it depends. Depends on why they're stopping other people from going to the places in the first place. So whatever. I don't know what the reasons are. I've heard of that, but I don't know why they do that. Like, we're standing here in the Bahá'í Gardens. It's nothing to do with me. It's not my religion. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, okay.
I have no problem going there, and I don't think they'll kick me out if I were to walk in there.
But
You know what I'm saying?
Mecca,
If you're going to Mecca, probably they'll kick me out.
would you have a problem with that?
With being kicked out?
Yes.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't go there in the first place, because I know they don't want me there. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I wouldn't go and provoke them. I wouldn't go and.
Do you think you would be provoking them?
Yeah, because I know that they don't want me there. So why would I go there? Why would they go in?
Freedom of movement, sir, would only be the rebuttal, and that we are all equal under the sun. What about you, sir? What would you say?
Their religion, their rules, their laws. If I don't like it, I don't have to go. I don't have to be a part. I don't have to participate.
But you have tolerance.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, tolerance. We're taught our temple, right? The temple that was in Jerusalem, that we call on Harbais in Jerusalem, that will be rebuilt one day. Right? We had 2 temples there. Before that, we had the Mishkan was there. This is the main place and the focus of Judaism mentioned throughout the Tanakh. And all religions and all people from around the world were there. We even have a holiday, that's over Sukkot, the holiday of Sukkot, where in the temple there were offerings offered every single day, equaling 70 offerings for the 70 nations of the world. And not only is every religion, every person welcome in the holiest temple, because it's the ultimate of God's house, but we would offer offerings on behalf of all 70 nations of the world, that everybody, even if they couldn't come, they're on the far side of the ocean, we would offer on their behalf offerings.
Well, not in our temple.
In our temple, because
In
we're
your
all
temple?
created in God's image, right?
So
That's why this
there you go.
Yeah.
Are you worried about, because you're in high school now, kids, right? So
Yeah.
you've got the army coming up. Now, a lot of other teenage kids, they don't have that coming up. And that could be...
Yeah, I have my first IDF interview tomorrow.
You have it tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how do you feel about it, right? Like I don't understand, right? Because I'm from Ireland. I never had like the idea. Like, it is in essence conscription, but it is is it something that you think you have to do or that you need to do? I just love your opinion as a young person going to do it. Like, what's it like? Like,
yeah. So first of all, if you're turning 18 in Israel, you have to join the IDF. Like, unless you have a really good reason not to, and you have to. It's like a whole process where you have to like appeal to and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And but what people don't know a lot of the time is that there are a lot of different jobs that you can do in the IDF, like lots of different units. Obviously, there's combat, but there's so much more. We also have like the IDF also has like a theater group and like multiple singing groups that you can join.
Mm-hmm.
And like
I talked to a professional stapler of the IDF. She was very dangerous with staples. I was
yeah. So I'm definitely nervous because I really want. It's like at least 2 years of my life that I'm gonna spend. Like what I found like that the differences, but main difference between people my age here and in the United States, for example, is that everyone is thinking about college, thinking about like the rest of their lives, and the next stage for us after high school is the IDF, which we have to join because we have to join the Israeli Defense Army to defend our country at 18, which is crazy. And I personally know through my friends and through people, thank God I don't know anything like anyone in my immediate family that died in the army, but everyone in Israel knows at least one person, if not in their immediate family or friends or through
you're
other members of the family.
You're a tight-knit group, folks. Yeah, I found that. You know somebody.
So and I also know a lot of people that will be joining combat next year or in like the following few years, which is really, really scary because even if I'm not planning on doing combat, all guys in Israel have to do combat unless they're doing like the first thing that they are recruited for is combat, and then
the men.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
And then if they have any medical issues or if they are accepted to go like to serve in intelligence or something like that,
yes,
then they go and they do something else. But most like a lot of my guy friends are gonna go to combat.
And do you think that it is like necessary for there to be conscription? For like, what would you like say to an Irish person? An Irish person is in. Are you sure that you need to be conscripted? Like, what do you think? Do you think it's necessary for the Israelis to be conscripted or not? Again, like that's a deep question. Think about it. You know, take your time. You know, it's totally fine.
I think that for like all the if you know a little bit about Israeli history, a lot of the time we just have to defend ourselves. A lot of people obviously want this country, this land, and that caused a lot of disputes. And we are also, our history with our neighbor countries have not always been the best. So I think it's definitely necessary for Israel to have a functioning army. But yeah.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what is the purpose of the hats, guys? Right? Like, is it more Clint Eastwood, or is it?
First of all, American for sure. What do you mean?
Yeah, like, so like what is like, so like, you know the way like they have, what's they call the
the yarmulke, the kippah.
Yes. So like, what's the purpose of them in your religion? Like what do they show? Are they like a demonstration of that you become a man, or like what is it about?
Oh wow!
Again, like, this is totally novel to me. I have no idea what these are about.
There's a God in the world, right? There's always somebody above you. So
Okay, so the hat is
covered. As remember, there's always somebody up top. There's always somebody up there. The hat is another layer out of respect. That a person who's what you call a mentor, a person who learns religion, a person who has respect for others, a person who is supposed to be what they used to call a gentleman back in the day, right? A person that goes with a hat and goes with a jacket and dressed in a respectful manner. A person who wants to be taken seriously should dress respectfully.
Awesome.
That's just part of it.
Guys, thank you so much. That was brilliant. Anything else you want to say in closing, or you're happy enough? Any questions for me?
When you come to Ireland, when we come from Ireland to Israel, look us up.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Let's go have a drink.
Absolute legend. Oh, I still think you got it in the old garden. Fantastic.